with Tao. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our studios in Trinidad. Live with Tao. Meditate on the fire rising through your form. Meditate on the fire rising through the form. Now listen to this. Lie down. Make yourself comfortable. Conceive of yourself as dead. The body is lying just like a corpse. Lie down and then bring your attention to your toes. Bringing the attention to your toes. With eyes closed, move inwards. Bring your attention to the toes and feel. The fire is rising from toes upward. This is like baptizing with fire. You lie down, make yourself comfortable, lie down just like a corpse, and then bring your total attention to your toes, eyes closed, and then feel that fire is rising from the toes upward. And in that fire, everything is being burnt. As the fire rises, your body is disappearing. Start from toes and upwards. Some time ago, I had given another technique of this, a Zen technique, the dark river entering through your toes. And the other part, light entering from the head downwards. This video is available on the YouTube. I will put the link. Why do you have to start from the toes? It will be easier because toes are the far away from you, from your I, the egocentric existence. Toes are far away from your egocentric existence. Your ego exists in the head. So this is the near shore and toes are the far shore. So you are starting from the toes. You cannot start from the head because it will be difficult. Therefore, start from the toe, the far away point. The toes are the most far away point from the ego. Start the fire from there. And once it begins from there, it must reach to the top. You cannot stop it. And if you are starting from head, the near shore of ego, your ego will never allow you to start this process. And once it has started from the toe, the fire started rising, you cannot control it. This is why John the Baptist said he used to baptize the people standing in the river Jordan, and he said, "He who comes after me, he is mightier than I, and he shall baptize with fire." Fire rises from below to the higher. So starting from the toes, when the fire starts from the toes and starts rising up and up, there is no way to escape the ego. You cannot start from the head. It will be very difficult. So start from the far away shore. The toes are the farthest shore from ego. Start the fire from there. Feel that toes are being burned. Only ashes remain. And then move slowly and slowly, burning everything that the fire comes across, every part. This is the process of relaxation as well. When somebody is putting you to relax, it starts from the toe. It starts feeling that focus on the big toe, then all the other toes, instep, ankle. So you can go that process. Big toe is burning, all the toes are burning, the instep is burning, the ankle is burning, the calf is burning, the knee is burning, the inner thigh, and you are proceeding up that way. In one of the methods of relaxation, this is the process is used. When I am using the meditation, made a slight difference using the fire as it rises through your form. Just go on seeing that each part of your body, of your form, is becoming ashes. As the fire rises, all the parts that have passed through it have become ashes. Go on upwards. And lastly, the head disappears. Everything has become just as fallen into dust until the body burns to ashes, but not you. The body is burning, the form is burning, but you are not the form. You manifest through the form. The flower has an outer dimension and inner dimension. The inner dimension, which is invisible, the beauty, the fragrance, the petals, it manifests through the form. The beauty and the fragrance, the manifests through the physical form of the flower. You will remain just a watcher on the hill. The body is there, dead, buried, burned, turned into ashes, and you are simply watching, you are a witness, you are seeing. This is a great revolution. If you can see, then you will realize that you are not the body. If I ask you, you say that you identify with the form. To identify with the formless, this is one of the important meditation techniques. You will be the witness. This witness has no ego. This technique is very good to reach the state of egolessness because so many things are implied in it. It appears very simple, but it is not so simple. The inner mechanism is complex. First thing, your memories are part of your body. Memories is matter. That is why it can be recorded. Is matter. It is recorded in the brain cells. They are material part of the body. Your brain cells can be operated upon, and if certain brain cells are removed, certain memories will disappear from you. Memories are recorded in the brain cells, in different cells. Memory is matter, it can be destroyed, and now scientists say that it can be replanted. It can be transplanted again. When I take Adi Shankar's Nirvan Shatkam, I will explain this part in much deeper way. Sooner or later, we will find ways that when a person like Albert Einstein dies, we will be able to save his brain cells, and those brain cells will be able to be transplanted into a child, and that child will have the memories of Albert Einstein. This is what, in a way, we know as DNA. And those brain cells will be able to be transplanted in a child, and that child will have the memories of Albert Einstein without going through those experiences. So sometimes it happens, you all of a sudden feel certain experiences surfacing in you that you have not gone through those consciously. It is the mystical or the existential process of transplantation. It is part of the body, memory is part of the body, and if the whole body is burned and has become ashes, you will not have any memory. So this method, this technique is to attain, and the sum total of your memories, the ego sense, intellect, all these comprise, and sum total of these is known as mind, man, which Shankar says mano buddhi ahankar chittani naham. I am neither the storehouse of the memory, nor the ego sense, nor intellect, nor the mind, the faculty that houses everything. The both is known as man. And once you know this, you can remain. You can remain in that state continuously. Remember, this is the point to understand. If the memory is still there, the body remains and you go on playing tricks. If really you go deep in the feeling that the body is dead, it is burning to ashes, and the fire has completely destroyed the body, different parts of the body, into ashes, you will not have memory in that moment. And so it comes like a mini satori. And when this elongates, it becomes a satori and a way for enlightenment or awakening. In that moment of watching, there will be no mind. Everything will have stopped, no movement of thoughts, just watching, just seeing what is happening or what has happened. And once you know this, you can remain in that state continuously. So the small window becomes a wider opening. That's where this word mini satori, a small glimpse, and it explodes into the bigger glimpse known as satori. Once you have known that you are separate from yourself, or you have separated yourself from the body, this technique is just a method to separate yourself from the body, just to create a gap between you and the body. I am not the body. Body, I operate through the body, but I am beyond the body, not the body. So the technique is a method of feeling the separation, the gap between you, the consciousness, and the body, just to create a gap between you and the body. Just for a few moments to be out of the body is like a mini satori. If you can do this, then you can remain in the body, but the body will not be in you. You can go on living as you were living before, but you will not be the same again. This is what has happens to those who are within the magnetic presence of an awakened one. So in that, something changes into them. And you can go on living, doing everything as you were doing, but there will be a total qualitative difference in your living, everything that you have been performing before. Nothing changes. The only thing changes from quantitative approach to qualitative approach. The quality, the way you interact with it, that changes. When that changes, this brings inner health, prosperity. Earlier on, you were living to eat. This was one way. Now you are eating to live. There is a qualitative difference between the two. Now with this, what is going to happen? It will bring a greater health, outer health, inner health, prosperity. This technique will take at least 3 months. Go on doing this. It is not going to happen in one day or one sitting. But if you go on doing it every day for 1 hour, within 3 months, one day suddenly your imagination will have helped and the gap is created between you and the body. The video that I was talking to you about, light of the being, you can search it by the name Light of the Being by Taoshobuddha. With a slight difference, it has been mentioned. There, instead of fire, the dark river entering from one side and light entering from another side. A slight different variation of that. And if you go on doing this technique, one day, 1 hour, every day within 3 months, you will reach to the position that you have experienced the gap between you and your body. And you will actually see the body gone to ashes. Then you can watch. This is here 2 types of body, the physical body and the next level of the body, the subtle body, let us put it this way. Those who are meditating this, they feel in certain moments, they can witness their own physical body lying down. And there is a silver lining, silver thread connecting the subtle body and the physical body through the umbilical cord. Some of you have experienced this state of meditation. And in that state, you are at a height sitting on a tree or wall or somewhere, and your body is lying down, but there is a silver line connecting your solar plexus to the subtle body. After this experience, life gets transformed. But in that state, for the physical body and the subtle body, the astral body, to get connected once again, there is a touch of the opposite sex is necessary. Without that, it cannot come back into that. So within 3 months, you will experience this. In that watching, you will realize a deep phenomenon that ego is a false identity that you will realize for the first time. It was there because you were identified with the body. Your identification with the body creates the ego sense. Your identification with the body, thought, with the mind creates the ego sense, egocentric, the identity crisis. A child, an innocent child, an infant has no identity crisis. As the body develops, and with the body, mind develops, and thought process develops. So that's where the child is being conditioned as a Hindu or a Muslim or Christian conditioning. And this, because of this conditioning, there comes a false identity. You do not have a cosmic identity. Instead, you have a Christian based identity, or a Muslim based identity, or a Hindu based identity. It was there because you were identified with the body, thought, and the mind. You are neither the mind nor the body. This is what Adi Shankar says in Nirvana Shatkam when he was found wandering in the Himalayan mountains on a cold winter night, coming from Kaladi, nearly the southern tip of Kerala, to northern tip of mountain. He was 8 years of age, wandering in the Himalayan mountains in search of his master. There he met Govindpad Acharya. He asked him, "Who are you?" Shankar composed Nirvana Shatkam, also known as Atma Shatkam, Mano Buddhi Hankar Chittani Naham. And the last line, Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. It is a composition of 6 stanzas. Then he says he disidentify himself with breath, different forms of breath. The incoming and outgoing, there are 5 different types of breath. So disidentify. You are different from all that surrounds you. You are different from your periphery. This ego, the thought, the mind, everything is periphery. But you are the center. To establish, you know very well, but the center is not visible. You only see periphery, and this periphery becomes your window to look into the outer world, to interact into the outer world through the periphery, through the window, through your thought process, through your mind, through your identity crisis. You interact in the outer world of objects and beings. Apparently, the technique seems simple, but it can bring you into a state of deep mutation. But first, go and meditate. Buddha emphasized that he used to ask his monks to go to the cremation ground and sit down and watch the funeral pyre getting burned. The body is put on the pyre and it is being burned into ashes. So you can see how the body burns. If you can imagine that, you can carry that imagination into you or visualize it, it will help you. How the body burns to ash dust again, so you can imagine easily. Then start from the toe, moving upward. The fire rises from lower to the higher. Its flames rises very slowly. And before doing this technique, pay more attention to exhalation, because exhalation is important. Right before entering the technique, starting this technique, exhale 15 minutes with your eyes closed. So for that very purpose, Kapalbhati is a very important meditation technique. So you are exhaling only. Inhaling is natural process. Exhaling is an effort on your part. We do not exhale. So because of that, the toxins remain within the body and you do not attain to your natural spontaneous health. So first, or continue doing that is why I have emphasized on each one of you to do the Kapalbhati, the exhalation. Inhalation happens naturally. Kapalbhati is the conscious process of exhalation, a forceful exhalation. So once you are accustomed to this and you are practicing this meditation technique, it will be very easy for you to do it. Right before entering the technique, if you are not continuously doing the Kapalbhati, then 15 minutes do the exhalation alone and with your eyes closed. Allow the body to exhale and open the eyes for 15 minutes. Feel a deep relaxation. Then when you enter into this technique, it will be much easier for you. Enough for now. Techniques like these will continue. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.